What's good, y'all? We got another video. It kept popping up because we were doing a reaction to Power Rangers, Kamen Riders, and stuff like that. So this is called the Dark Side of the Power Rangers. I don't know what this is about or anything, and I kept seeing it, so I was like, I'm gonna react to it. So I'm kind of nervous because I hope it's not nothing really sad or anything. I'm gonna put this video in the link in the description and the YouTuber too, just in case you want to subscribe to them and you want to watch them. And I'm gonna put the original video down just in case you want to see it without a initial reaction to it. So let's get started.
Mastodon!
Pterodactyl!
Triceratops!
Saber-tooth tiger!
Go, go, Power Rangers!
Back in 1993, Western TV got a dose of something totally new, and it took the world by storm. Enter the Power Rangers, a show that has been sparking emotions and imagination since its debut. From its real-life martial arts choreography to its CGI and lifelike special effects, the Power Rangers saga has held viewers in its grip for literal decades. From the very moment the theme music starts to play and the Rangers assemble, you know you're in for an epic 30-minute adventure of battles jam-packed with Mighty Morphin action. But under
Power Rangers really been around for so long. That's so cool. So it's been around since 93. I mean, that's kind of dope. I thought it was like 90, to be honest, because my mom said she used to watch it when she was a kid. So I assumed she was like 10 or whatever. But it came out in 93. So it's pretty cool.
Beneath that Mighty Morphin action, the costumes, and the clever plot lines, the show has had its fair share of dark secrets too. Soon, you'll know everything I know about the Power Rangers that was kept silent for years. To understand the drama off screen, let's first take a look.
Oh Lord, are they going to talk about like what they had to go through when it was a Power Ranger at the job, stuff like that? Like, I never like realized there was so much darkness that was going on there. Cause I know they used to get paid for nothing, like through all the publicity and everything. I thought they would get paid a little bit more, or a lot more, to be honest. But they don't barely get paid at all. Like when I was on one of my videos when I was reacting, I figured out that it was only get paid. Now they only get paid 22 an hour, but you can be electrician for. Sorry, man, I play Batman. You can be an electrician and make like 25 to 30,000, so you make more than a Power Ranger.
Look at its history.
Previously on Power Rangers, Rita's plan to place Tommy under an
Oh, you
evil
get more
spell.
for you on TV, you know?
Before the Power Rangers graced us with their heroism, an unassuming Japanese TV show quietly laid the foundation for the global entertainment sensation. Have you ever heard of Super Sentai? It's a genre-defining series originating in Japan, and it was this
Oh, they're talking about the show y'all be telling me they were just telling the show that y'all had me react to and everything. The Kamen Riders. See, man, y'all got me on something good. Y'all got me on a different train. Now I'm on a Power Ranger trend right now. It's kind of cool.
show that provided the inspiration for the Power Rangers. In the early 1970s, Super Sentai flashed its way to nearly every TV screen in Japan. It was also called Dinosaur Squadron, and it featured an ensemble of colorful heroes who fought against evil with passion and a certain flair. The series followed a simple formula: brave heroes, mighty villains, and colossal robots called mechas. The show's charm lay in its masterful blend of action, drama, and the simple and pure joy of watching heroes unite to save the day. What sets Super Sentai apart is its ability to evolve without losing its core essence. Just like the Power Rangers, each new season brought a fresh team of heroes, complete with unique costumes, weapons, and personal struggles. Whether battling space invaders, ancient evils, or even time-traveling adversaries, Super Sentai amazed its audience through the power of unity and courage, and it was only a matter of time before it was on the radar of rich media executives wanting to bring it to the Western market.
I actually, now that I'm older and know more about Power Rangers a little bit and everything, I like that they did that. It's teamwork. A better team, a stronger team, always overcome evil or anything that happens. So it's kind of cool how it teaches a little life lesson about what's going on and stuff like that. So I really like that aspect. That's like really dope, and it's kind of cool that shows like that teach us a lesson, kids a lesson and stuff like that. So I really love that.
As we look back to the roots of the magic of the Power Rangers, it's impossible to ignore the striking similarities to Super Sentai. It gave rise to a genre with strong themes of heroism, friendship, and the foundational core belief that good can actually triumph over evil. That and their suits are also a little bit similar.
I just said
The
same
idea
thing.
to adapt the
That's
show
so
for
cool.
American audiences laid the groundwork for what would eventually become the Power Rangers. The result? The iconic masterpiece that is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The tale began in 1993 when the first season of the Power Rangers battled their way onto screens with a literal lightning bolt. Created by Hayam Saban, this unique show was literally a melting pot of East meets West, fusing footage from the Japanese superhero series Super Sentai with original American scenes. The weaving of the original Japanese footage with newly shot American scenes not only created a dynamic visual experience, but it also showcased the fact that storytelling can be universal. Viewers were instantly drawn to the charismatic team of teenagers, Jason, Kimberly, Billy, Trini, Zach, and later Tommy, who transformed into the Power Rangers to protect the world
Wow.
from the forces of darkness. This motley crew of heroes not only battled menacing villains, but also navigated the normal challenges of adolescence that resonated with viewers on a deeply relatable level. As the series evolved, new and unique Ranger teams emerged, from the mysterious Zeo Crystal to the intergalactic Lost Galaxy. The Power Rangers consistently reinvented themselves, keeping the attention of new generations while staying true to their core values of unity, courage, and teamwork. Did you know that the third season of Power Rangers even introduced the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to the mix?
Whoa. Whoa. I never knew that. That's kind of dope. And that's when the Ninja Turtle was like a big thing. But I never knew that was on the Power Rangers. Dang, nobody never told me that. No one never ever told me that. That's dope.
If you're a fan of the classic Ninja Turtles like me, this was an epic crossover event where the Power Rangers joined forces with the pizza-loving reptilian heroes to thwart evil together. It was a collision of two massively iconic worlds that left fans of both franchises nearly peeing their pants in excitement. Imagine being a kid and your two biggest favorite superhero groups from two entirely separate worlds joined together in heart-pumping and ground-stopping action to stop the villains dead in their tracks. Speaking of villains, the Power Rangers truly knew how to illustrate the forces of evil. The Power Rangers Rogues Gallery boasts some legendary villains, but none are as iconic as Rita Repulsa. Her wicked cackles and devious schemes were brought to life by actress Michiko Soga. What's truly astonishing is that Michiko Soga previously played a hero in the Japanese Super Sentai series before she took on the role as the villainous Rita Repulsa. The franchise has expanded far beyond television to conquering the comic book world, video games, toys, and even the big screen with feature-length films. Despite the occasional controversies and changes, the Power Rangers remain a cultural touchstone today, in a testament to the enduring power of camaraderie and the universal appeal of heroes standing up against adversity. From its modest beginnings to its status as the mighty, more phenomenal icon, the Power Rangers have grown and transformed. But their ability to ignite imagination, inspire action, and bring generations together remains as strong as the morphin grid that powers them. However, despite how fondly the show is thought of by its army of fans, there are a number of controversies that have emerged around the show since it began in the
Really? That show was too violent for young children? Really? I never felt that Power Rangers was violent. It was no blood, gore, or anything. When I was watching it at all, it was no blood, gore, or anything like that. You never see nobody get stabbed or anything. When you get hit, you see like electricity, and that was it. You never saw someone really get killed. You only saw them get blown up, of course. But nobody got no grenades or anything like that to blow people up. But I never saw it as a big violent thing.
90s.
Blue Ranger's back!
But every show, everything, every YouTuber, every show, whatever in life, business and all, they always have negative inputs, negative impacts. They never want to see stuff succeed.
David Yost, who played Billy Cranston, the brainy and resourceful Blue Ranger. He was an instant favorite among fans of the show. Yost has been very vocal about his experiences during his time on the show and shed light on challenges he faced and the struggles endured behind the scenes as a young gay man. he revealed that he experienced a toxic work environment of rampant homophobia. He was subject to derogatory comments, homophobic slurs, and
Oh, I didn't know he was gay. That's cool. But that sucks that you had to go through so much, especially in that time period. It's still around, of course, but it sucks for that time in the 90s. You come out as a man that like other men and stuff, and you got to go through all this negativity and slurs and everything. Like, that stuff sucks. And you shouldn't say things to hurt people's feelings. If you don't like it, don't say nothing. You will be professional. When you're working and have an opportunity to do something in life, you have to be professional through it. That's how it works. Especially today's time. If you're not being a professional or anything, you could be out of there in no time.
ridicule from members of the production team and even fellow cast members. At one point, his castmates were pulled aside by management and were questioned about his sexuality. All of these things took a toll on his mental health and his emotional well-being. He felt isolated and eventually fell into a dark depression. As time went on, the discrimination became increasingly unbearable to him, ultimately driving him to consider taking his own life. After years of enduring insult.
Oh, I never knew he committed. All that, dang. That sucks. All that overwhelming pressure made him do that. Oh man, I ain't know gonna be like a sad video. Dang. I don't like that.
He finally made the decision to leave the show to protect his sanity. Initially, his exit from the show was chalked up to pay issues, but in 2010, he revealed the real reasons why he left the show. After walking away from his role as Billy, he tried to change his sexuality through corrective therapy, which led him to a mental breakdown. This is what he had to say about why he left the show. He heard this insult from creators, producers, writers, and even the directors. He felt he was continually being told he wasn't worthy of being on the show, and was definitely not a superhero. However, in recent news, David Yost has returned to the show as Billy and also a permanent mentor in the newest season, the 30th, called Cosmic Fury. This came after a cameo appearance in the 30th anniversary special. It's actually pretty amazing to see David putting the difficult history behind him and going back to the Rangers. This means that fans will get to see the iconic and original Blue Ranger. However, in a dark twist.
That's crazy. So you saying, so as a director, y'all saying he don't deserve to be on the show or anything? Why you on the show then? Why y'all kept him on there then? Just to humiliate him, hurt his feelings? Like, I don't like people like that. I really don't. It's crazy how some people do that. Like, bosses that bully people that work under them or whatever, and don't let them go or anything, just to hurt their feelings every day, just to get a laugh and a chuckle.
Twist of fate, there is someone who won't be reunited with their on-screen character, Skylar DeLeon. Skylar DeLeon's involvement with the Power Rangers took a dark turn when he plastered himself all over the news in a high-profile controversy. DeLeon's actions cast an eerie shadow over the show's reputation and raised some questions about the entertainment industry's ability to deal with legal and ethical issues involving its own actors. John Julius Jacobson Jr., that's his real name, but he took to the name Skylar DeLeon as a stage name. He appeared in the show in the late 1990s and was a big part of the legacy of Saban's Rangers. DeLeon's character development was impeccable. He was confident, bold, and daring, and created a relatable persona for viewers to relate to. However, DeLeon's performance was later eclipsed by his involvement in a horrendous crime. After he left the show, he got married and began living a normal life. But after running into financial hardship around the year 2002, he and his wife began committing crimes to get ahead, including robbing small businesses. However, that would pale in comparison to what happened next. In 2004, DeLeon and his wife, Jennifer Henderson, had massive debts and devised a plan to lure a married couple onto their yacht under the pretense of wanting to purchase it for $435,000. Tragically, Thomas and Jackie Hawks were murdered, tied to the anchor of their yacht, and thrown overboard in a plot to steal their assets.
Oh my goodness, okay, that was really dark.
Their bodies were never found. During the trial that followed, DeLeon and his ex-wife were convicted of
So, he was broke. That sucks. That's when I started figuring out that the Power Rangers didn't get really get paid for anything. They only made a little bit of money. So all the merch they sell or whatever, they don't get no percentage of that, which is insane. They should get at least some percentage in the business that make them get a percentage also, so everybody eats, you know. But it just sucks that some people have to do so many alternative motives just to do something. Like, that sucks.
First-degree murder. He was sentenced to death by lethal injection. However, due to the moratorium in California, he will live out his days on death row. His wife received a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Skyler later changed his gender to female while in prison and now considers himself a woman. Skyler Preciosa de Leon. He had apparently been researching gender reassignment surgery prior to his crime. De Leon's conviction not only devastated the lives of the victims' families, but also had repercussions for the Power Rangers franchise. The association of a former cast member with a crime of this nature cast a cloud over the show and raised some eyebrows at the industry and its ability to ensure the moral character of its actors. Oddly enough, another Red Ranger actor, Jason Lawrence Geiger, also fell into a life of crime. He was charged with wire fraud conspiracy and stole $3.5 million from the CARES Act that was designed to provide financial relief during COVID-19. He was just one of about 18 people involved in the scheme. He faces up to 20 years in prison. But the show has also damaged its own reputation over the years, too.
Destroy the Power Rangers!
The Power Rangers franchise faced scrutiny for its handling of race issues and racial profiling, particularly in its early seasons. Many of its astute viewers were keen to note many instances where the casting choices, character developments, and the representations of the colorful team have perpetuated harmful racial stereotypes. Their actions raised a lot of questions about diversity, inclusivity, and the need for responsible storytelling and
I didn't know the Power Rangers really went through so much hate. It went through so much. Dang, man. Actors, people getting discriminated, people getting hated for what they like, as what they like as a gender. That sucks, man. Like, that's crazy. I never knew they went through so much like that. It's crazy what you know each day. Like, I learn new things every time I do these reaction videos. It's insane.
children's entertainment. One of the most curious controversies involved the casting choices for the Power Rangers. In the debut season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Black Ranger was portrayed by Walter Jones, an African American. The Yellow Ranger was played by Tai Trang, a Vietnamese American, and the Pink Ranger by Amy Jo Johnson, a very bubbly, girly personality and also a Caucasian. These color-coded roles coincide with racial stereotypes that have long been associated with Black, Asian, and white individuals. The unfortunate correlation.
I know what they're doing. When you Caucasian, you're pink. When you black, you're a black guy, you the Black Ranger. I know what they're doing. Yellow, Asian. Could always call them, Man, I never thought of that until now, until you say something about it. But I don't know why they even think about it like that. You shouldn't think about it like that. You should not think about it like that at all. It's just a color. And having fun doing what they love. Or learning to do something that they probably will love in the future. But, of course, everything, they always put publicity of hate and everything in every situation. Whatever you do in life.
And drew accusations of insensitivity and racial profiling. Beyond the casting, early seasons of the show sometimes portrayed characters in a manner that reinforced racial stereotypes. For examples, characters from Asian backgrounds were often portrayed as very tech-savvy, or even having impressive martial arts skills. The criticism over racial issues prompted Saban to reevaluate the approach. As the show continued, efforts were made to present characters from various ethnic backgrounds with diverse personalities, abilities, and storylines that moved beyond stereotypes. In other words, they made sure that the colors of their suits had nothing to do with the color of their skin. Instead, they decided to cast actors who represented their characters authentically.
You obviously don't know who you're dealing with, Mr. Raisinhead.
Really?
Yeah, we're the Power Rangers.
The Power Rangers have been around for decades for one reason: They are successful. With success in this industry comes money. You'd think that the actors were adequately paid for all the work they did. After all,
See, that's what I thought. I thought when I was a kid, I was like, man, I would like to be a Power Ranger. That looks so cool. Then when I got older, I'm like, yo, you might get paid bank to be a Power Ranger. Could have been around for so long. Then when I learned, I was like, they don't get paid nothing. You could do another job. You basically an average person that's on TV. You don't really make nothing. You don't really make a cost of living. You can't even save nothing. I thought for a season or whatever, they made probably $200,000 a year, which is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Per main character, the Power Rangers, the main characters. You got the people that are side characters, maybe they make $100K or 58 or like 80,000. You know what I'm saying? Some type of money. But I did not know they really ain't paid nothing like that. That's crazy though. So out of all these toys, out of all these things, pillows, toys, costumes, stuff like this, where's all that money going? Why are they not getting a piece of that pie for them selling all that? Without those 5 people or 6 or 7 or 8 people that are the Power Rangers, you wouldn't get no money. If they weren't around, you wouldn't get nothing. So why didn't I get a piece of that pie? That's why I never like greed, yo. Greed sucks. Like greed is the number one thing that mess things up in the world. Greed.
many of them performed their own stunts and risked injuring themselves. They also worked between 70 and 90 hours per week for the show that was a non-union production. The Pink Ranger, Amy Jo Johnson, came forward in 2010 and revealed to the world that they were paid about $600 on weeks when they recorded 2 full episodes, requiring them to work 15 hours a day, 6 days a week. Keep in mind that these very same people who donned the Power Ranger suits and shed blood, sweat, and literal tears for the job also had their very own action toys. Meanwhile, the franchise generated about $1 billion every year. The Screen Actors
See? Why they ain't get a piece of that money? $1 billion per year, and you can't give them at least 10%, 20% coverage? That means you're losing $200 million. You have $800 million left. Your business. $800 million? Really? That's nothing. You could be paying all them stars this amount of money. That's why I know this one thing. That's why they always have so many reboots, because they don't stay. They do a show, they do like a season. You know, every Power Ranger show has a season, and that's it. The only one that stayed the longest was Tommy Oliver. He was the face of the Power Rangers.
Actors Guild and American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, or SAG-AFTRA, is an American labor union representing approximately 160,000 media professionals worldwide today. Back in 1998, SAG forbade union actors to work for any Saban production on account of claims that they exploited child actors and their parents, refusing to pay union rates. Do you remember Zordon? The weird blue thing, the all-knowing galactic wizard that the Rangers turned to for wisdom? That actor was given $150 for an entire day of filming that they used.
$150? That's it?
Used for about 150 episodes. They paid him for some voice work later as well, and they just dubbed over his previous footage. All in all, he ended up making about $1,200 in total for his contributions to the show. Because there were no proper contracts in place, his face was used in merchandising as well, but he received no residuals and no royalties. The problem with the pay being peanuts for the cast stretched beyond their personal checkbooks. It also permeated into the show's production itself. Pink Ranger Amy Jo Johnson came forward in a Variety interview, stating that the stunts they performed were so low budget and makeshift, she admitted she nearly died on several occasions. She said that some stage equipment had once caught fire and nearly burned her alive, that it should have never happened, and it wouldn't have if it was a union production.
Are the Power Rangers finished? Find out on the conclusion of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers miniseries next.
Lastly, Jason David Frank, my personal favorite Power Ranger, none other than Tommy as the Green Ranger. He was an instant hit and a favorite to most fans, especially when he returned as the infamous White Ranger. He was extensively involved in the show and even returned to fill in as the Red Turbo Ranger in 2002, the Black Dino Ranger in 2004, a 2017 cameo as a citizen of Angel Grove, and in 2018 with a return to his roots as Tommy Oliver. Jason was also involved in several other spin-offs of the show, but was also well known for his fighting and martial arts skills, with training in Shotokan, Wadoryu, Taekwondo, Judo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, Wing Chun, Jeet Kune Do, and Aikido.
Yo, I did not know he knew all these styles. He knew 9 different styles? He really took it seriously. Wow.
He created his own blend of American karate, Toso Kundo, the way of the fist fighter, or the way of the fighting fist. On June 28, 2003, he was inducted into the World Karate Union Hall of Fame. Jason was even a Guinness World Record holder when he successfully broke the existing record for the most 1-inch pine boards broken during freefall. In 2017, he was targeted by a man named Matthew Sterling while attending Comic-Con in Phoenix, Arizona. Luckily, the police were able to arrest Sterling before he got near Jason, after being tipped off from social media threats made by Sterling. Sterling brought an arsenal of weapons to the Phoenix Comic-Con. He was found guilty except insane and later committed to 25.5 years at the Arizona State Hospital. Jason began attending a Christian church after the death of his brother Eric. He married his first wife, Shauna, in 1994, and they had 3 children together before divorcing in 2001. In 2003, he married his second wife, Tammy, and they had 1 daughter. In 2022, Tammy filed for divorce. On November 19, 2022, Frank was found dead in a hotel in Houston, Texas, having committed suicide. Tammy, who was also staying in the hotel, explained that Frank had been struggling with depression and mental health issues. Such a tragic end to a legendary icon and an inspiration to many children over the years. Yet he maintains his legendary status to this day, and his reputation won't be tarnished in my eyes. Instead, he lives on as a symbol of confidence because when you watch him on screen, you can't help but mimic him and feel like a true badass.
Guess who's back?
I don't believe it.
So, there you have it. Despite the dark clouds cast over the Power Rangers at times, in its 30 years of existence, the massive global fan base and continued adoration of the show speaks volumes. It has endured the test of...
You can tell, man, that's crazy. That's how you know mental health is real, man. A lot of people have so many demons and depressions you don't even know. You can walk past somebody that feels so hurt. That's why it feels good to say hello to somebody, man. You know, like little things like that really set things higher for that person. It's like, wow, man, nobody talked to me all day, and this random person just said hello to me. Like, I do that every day. I say hi to everybody. You know, I try to say hi to people and stuff like that. If they feel like that, if they feel like they're up to talk or whatever, or you feel like, for me, I see people, when I work out, I see people sad and stuff. I say things to them like, how you doing and stuff like that. It feels good that, like, they're acknowledged. A lot of people never think about stuff like that. They're acknowledged. There's a lot of things out here, man. A lot of people want to hurt themselves, want to end themselves and stuff like that. But it just takes one hello to make that person's day. Being a nice person is not hard. Being a mean person is the hardest. So that's what I learned. I taught myself that. You know, I put myself out there to say hello to people and stuff like that, just to give them that positivity that they needed for that day. Hopefully they can spread that to somebody else. And you can probably make a friend doing that. You can probably make so many things. Some people probably just need a friend. You know, there's a lot of bad people out here, a lot of bullying, a lot of people hating each other, a lot of people hurting each other every day. I don't like stuff like that, man. Like, in this world, man, it's a dark place. And no one should face that alone, you know. When you feeling upset and down, man, you gotta find that friend that you could talk to, vent to, that's gonna be there for you while you be there for them when they need help. The ones that hurt you in the end, the one that hurts you, and they always expect you to be there for them, but when you're hurting, they're never there. They're not your friend. You'll find your real friend. You'll find someone that really truly loves you and want to be there for you every step of the way. And you do the same for them. That's why I said being nice is like the best thing in the world, man. It's not the hardest thing to do. But that's enough of me rambling, y'all, man. I didn't know it was gonna be a sad topic like that. It's crazy that I learned so much about the Power Rangers and what they went through in their life and stuff like that, and how hard it was for them. But I'm sorry for the sad video, y'all. But I hope you guys enjoy this reaction. I hope you guys send me more. I'll try to react to anything. You know what I'm saying, man? I don't really like reacting to sad things like this. But I'm gonna put the link in the description and the original video in the description. Like I said in the beginning of the video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys are new, and we're out.